Alright. Alright, so hola again, people. This is me lighting up my imaginary YouTube cigarette. So maybe I'll fit in. Seems like that's what everybody does, right? On shit like these, like these videos. So how you like me now? Much better, right? Fact of the matter is, I don't smoke at all, so I'm just faking. I'm an imposter, a poser, a tourist. If you remember Fight Club. You're a tourist, Marla. A fucking tourist. You can't have testicular cancer. Anyway, there's a couple things I want to talk about, but I wasn't able to upload in the middle of the night last night at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm laying here awake. First off, where I'm at, I'm past my 7th day, so I've started my 8th day. Meds have been out of my system now for, even the methadone, for 5 days. Only some of the symptoms just kind of come and go on a much more short-term basis now, and they're not that serious. So, yay for me. And then in 2 days, the family comes back, and this whole cycle resets itself. Hopefully not with the same results as the last several times, but I don't know, because I still don't have a plan in place to deal with the fact that my wife has to take her medication. And understand this, it's right from the start, I never took this stuff to get high. Okay, now the first couple of times I did, I experienced just a little bit of a high, but I have ridiculous ability to build tolerance quickly and immensely. So I have this massive amount of a massive tolerance for some of the hardest, like the heaviest opiates out there. So, take that for what it's worth. I mean, I'm sure everybody thinks that they've got monster tolerance, but and yeah, I know. I mean, people that are shooting up, their heroin every 15 or 20 minutes. That's insane. Kind of tolerance in of itself, and I don't envy those people either. But the problem with me are my triggers. And my triggers don't start happening until the meds start coming out of my system, and especially when I have nothing in my system. Because my first couple of nights going through the withdrawal, I was so tired, so sleepy, that even though I was really agitated, there would be times when I could sleep for 15, 20, 30 minutes at a time. And I could sleep for about, I would sleep a total of a couple hours a night. And now that all the stuff is out of my system and the worst of the withdrawal is over, now the real chore starts. I don't sleep. I didn't sleep last night. I barely slept the night before. When I say barely, I'm talking about maybe 3 15, 20-minute stretches. The rest of the time I'm so uncomfortable because I'm naturally just really uncomfortable in my own skin. So Anyway, like I said, family arrives tomorrow. Actually, in two parts. So, tomorrow and Friday. Today is Wednesday. And my wife has just called me. She's getting on the road right now. And she's going to stop halfway because she can't travel for that long. And then resume the trip tomorrow. And when that happens, and her meds are back within sight, let me show you something. These are a couple of the boxes used, and it still smells of that stuff like crazy. When I just smelled it, it just kicked off a little, like, oh, I remember that stuff. Good, let's go. This is a used swab with no medication left on the end. And what happens is you'll see on new ones, like a cylindrical shaped piece of white or off-white, pretty much white in the case of actiq. Fentanyl is a little bit off-white. The off-brand or the generic fentanyl that they have. But for some reason, even though actiq is more expensive than generic fentanyl, my wife's plan won't cover the generic stuff anymore. They only cover the more expensive stuff. Makes a lot of sense, right? So anyway, that's that. That's what it looks like. When it's back within my sight, and my wife, and I'm laying in bed trying to sleep, but not really sleeping. And my wife, is taking her nighttime dose or whatever. And I can smell it because it's berry flavored. It's got a lot of sugar in it. And I'm laying here and my head is pounding. It's like pounding out my heart rate. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. I'm getting more hypertensive. And I just know that the answer is right there next to me. I hope that I don't react the same way as usual. Excuse me. I hope not, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, my natural state is depressed. You know this by now. And that's another issue. The depression plays into sleeplessness. The sleeplessness plays into the headaches. The headaches play, and the ferocity of the headaches is ridiculous. And it gets worse and worse the less I sleep. And I'll try Ambien for a while, and after a week or two, it doesn't work anymore. I've tried other sleep meds. I'll try antipsychotics like Seroquel for a while until that stops working. And you don't want the head full of freakouts that Seroquel and Ambien can give you if you aren't able to sleep the meds off. So, anyway, I guess that's about it for now. I'll check in a little later. I hope looking at this stuff helps somebody know that you can get through it, you can power through it, stay out of your own head, keep yourself as busy as possible, and deal.